Lumos. Hello everyone, I'm Alia Dibu. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm back with my book series and I'm reviewing Harry Potter, and today I am doing Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is the fourth book and it costs actually 700 rupees. Wow. And this was published by Bloomsbury, of course, and it was published on July 8, 2000, and it's written by J.K. Rowling. So let's get on to the book review now. So if you guys have watched any others of my book reviews on Harry Potter, you will know that the book usually starts off with Harry and the Dursley family, and most of the time they're fighting. And this time the topic is the Weasleys, because Harry was going over to the Weasleys for the Quidditch Cup final. And after a fight, yes, he was with the Weasleys, and the match was between Ireland and Bulgaria, and on the Bulgarian team, we meet Victor Krum, who in like later in the book we'll learn more about, I guess. And we also meet another house elf, Winky. She is devoted or like works for the family of Barty Crouch Senior. And so after the match is over, Ireland wins, and the Death Eaters attack. Death Eaters are like followers of Voldemort, even though he's like dead now. There's you can just like see that there's something bad going to happen, but whatevs. Anyway, and they attack, and there's nothing really can do about it. So Harry and the rest of the Weasley kids, they ran for it, and I guess that was traumatizing. When they get to Hogwarts, they get informed of the Triwizard Championship. And the Triwizard Championship is basically a championship where three schools participate, and the schools were Hogwarts, Beauxbatons, and Durmstrangs. And Hogwarts was hosting. So, and in Durmstrang, that's the school that Victor Crumb goes to. The Victor Crumb School Durmstrang, they focus on like strength and stuff. So when they entered Hogwarts, they came on a ship, and the entrance in the dining hall was like mostly like a lot of playing with fire and like just a bunch of fire. And the Beauxbatons are all like delicate and like sweet and that kind of stuff. And so they came in a carriage that was like flown by Pegasus. And when they entered the dining hall, it was all butterflies and like dancing and swirls and stuff like that. And then after that, they revealed that the people who are going to participate in the Hogwarts Championship, not Hogwarts, the Triwizard Championship was going to be selected by the Goblet of Fire, and they so that only people who are over 17 can participate. So, and from Hogwarts, it's Cedric Diggory selected, and from Durmstrang, Victor Crumb is selected, and from Beauxbatons was Fleur, and Fleur ends up being Bill Weasley's future wife. And a fourth champion is announced, and guess what? It's Harry, who was like, I think 15 at the time, so he was clearly underage, and everyone at Hogwarts was like pointing hand fingers at him, like he's the chosen child, no? The chosen whatever. And so everyone was like, he's always stealing thunder, especially the Hufflepuffs, because Cedric Diggory is from the Hufflepuff house, and so am I. And everyone from the Hufflepuff house was especially upset. So, and the Draco was also really happy. He was like putting out badges that was like slashing Harry, and like even though Slytherins, even the Draco is not that good to Hufflepuffs, but yeah, just he was happy about how much hate that Harry was getting. When his name is announced, there comes the iconic scene in the movies. Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Dumbledore said calmly. Yeah, I don't understand why they changed it that much, but okay. And yeah, McGonagall says like he's the little boy, not a piece of meat and stuff, and whatever. He's still participating. So we get to the first challenge. It is about dragons, they have to like steal a golden dragon egg, and a dragon is protecting it, and they had to pick which dragon they were fighting from, like this, I think there was like a mini dragon figurine, and Hagrid had actually shown the dragons to Harry, and Harry went to warn Cedric. So Cedric was not against Harry, actually. He was really nice. Anyways, so Harry, with his like superior flying skills, and used his um what was it again? Broomstick to like defeat the dragon, and he got the egg, and he successfully passed to the next level. And the he got the golden egg, and the golden egg is supposed to be a clue for the next level, the second level. And the second level, Harry was a little bit unsure on how to, get the hint, how to operate the hint, and Cedric helped him out, and eventually it was revealed that the challenge was for the participants to save a dear one, or like save a loved one from the, because they were at the bottom of the lake at Hogwarts, and it was protected by the mer people. But and Harry was like pretty scared because all his friends were there, and a little girl, and like pretty much no one else was coming, and he was like, and so he became last because he was like scared for all the kids, and like Ron and Hermione were there and stuff. He had to save Ron, and like everyone was there, and he was like pretty scared, especially because Floor's little sister, like 8-year-old sister, was there, and whatever. He was deemed a champion, but dude, it's Hogwarts. But then again, it is Hogwarts. Like they had a three-headed dog and like a punching tree. So I understand that he's like worried, but still, he should have just came first. Whatever. Harry does get additional points for saving Floor's sister Gabrielle, because Floor couldn't. So I guess like it wasn't all that bad, but whatever. And then the Yule Ball is announced, and Harry is struggling to find a date to the Yule Ball, and he asks Cho, and Cho declines because she was actually going with Cedric. Whatever. And he's pretty upset about that, and Ron can also not find what was it, a date, and he ends up and he talks to Hermione like, so Hermione, you're a girl, and he was like, thanks for noticing, and she gets really upset like, you should have asked me earlier, because she already had a date, I think, and whatever, and she leaves. So they're both struggling, and they eventually just decide to go with the prettiest girls in their class. That was Padma and Parvati Patel. Yes, they're Indians. Oh my god. Anyways, I really want to see how Harry pronounces their names, but it was cut out in the movie, so like whatever. And Harry's pretty terrible of a dancer, but because he's a champion, he has to like start the Yule Ball off with their dance, but it was fine. And Harry's upset with seeing Cho Chang with um Cedric, and Ron's jealous of Victor Crumb because he's the date of Hermione, and then Hermione and Ron fight, and then Hermione gets mad at both Ron and Harry, and Harry's all confused, and wow. And I think Neville was pretty excited about the Yule Ball and was really pretty cute. And anyway, after that, the Yule Ball's over, and the final challenge is announced, and they turn the Quidditch area into like a maze with like many difficult things to get through, and eventually and also you can send up flares if you're in danger, and eventually Harry and Cedric make it to the Triwizard Championship Cup, and Harry and Cedric are like, no, you take it, no, you take it, and eventually decide to take it together, which they should not have, because that ended up being a portkey. Kind of forgot to say about the portkey. The portkey was what, it's like a magical object that when you touch it at the right time, it teleports you at a certain place, and that's how Harry and the Weasleys got to the Quidditch Cup. And that Quidditch Triwizard Cup was also a portkey, and it took them to a graveyard where Wormtail, you remember from the third book, right? Is there with like a weird looking baby, and that baby turns out to be Voldemort, and then Wormtail kills Cedric, and Harry's like, no, you're so young, he got so much to live for, and they're all upset. And then, using Harry's blood, Voldemort comes back to life, and then the Death Eaters are summoned, and everything's so sad, and Voldemort looks like a creepy weirdo, and he has no hair, and he also lost his nose, and it's all really weird. And he also does this weird thing like, I can touch you now, and it was all really creepy that moment, but whatever. And Harry like gets help, and then eventually Harry like sees the souls and stuff of his parents and Cedric, and it's all really creepy. Anyway, and he uses their help to like fight against Voldemort, and then he gets teleported back to the normal world, and everyone's like, oh yay, they're here, they're saved, and then they're saved, and then they won, Hogwarts has won, and they're all really happy. And then they notice that Cedric's on the floor. Oh, by the way, Cedric's host had like begged Harry to take Cedric's body to the real world, and he was like, he's back. Harry was like, he's back. And Dumbledore was like, oh no, no. And then Cedric's dad, Mr. Diggory, and he was like, my boy, and it was all a really sad scene. I actually cried during that scene in the movie. And then Alistair Moody, the new dark arts professor, he like pulls Harry into his office, which is like really suspicious, and Dumbledore is also pretty suspicious, but he doesn't do anything. Moody reveals that he was actually a Death Eater the entire time, and Harry's like, come on, man, I just escaped. Why do I need to maybe face one more? No, he didn't actually say that. Anyways, he's saved by Dumbledore, Snape, and McGonagall, obviously, and they force him to like show who he really is, because the real Moody wouldn't do that. And turns out to be Barty Crouch Jr. Yes, the Barty Crouch Sr. that we know from Winky. And Barty Crouch Sr. is actually a really strict guy and whatever. And Moody was always seen with a flask, and he was drinking, and everyone just thought that he had an alcohol problem. No, he was actually drinking a polyjuice potion that helped him to stay as Alistair Moody. And turns out that he had actually prisoned the real Moody. And so they free the real Alistair Moody, and then they hand over Barty Crouch Jr. to the Dementors, and Harry is getting better at the hospital wing, and with everyone by his side, with Hermione, Ron, and Weasley's by his side, and also Cedric's parents come to visit. That was pretty sad. And anyways, after that, he's all healed, and they go back, and Harry goes back to the Dursley to spend theirs and his summer back with the Dursleys again. Anyways, that is the end of the book. I'm sorry if this one is a little bit short, because I'm still a bit sick, and I also have exam tomorrow. Why do I always record a video right before I have an exam? Anyways, I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys will like the book. If you guys did like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting me. Bye! Knox.